Hello and welcome to this Migroto case review. My name is Damon Aryan, registered migration agent. And in this case review, I'm just going to have a look at this applicant situation and see how realistic are his chances to receive an invitation to apply for one of the GSM visa subclasses 189, 190 or 491 in this financial year. Let's see what we have. We have a research and development manager, is offshore, points claims or to be claimed is 75 points, English points claimed 10 points, and status of the marital status received 10 points. This review is based on Migroto data, all collected from official government sources, and also some targeted FOI requests, all powered by our AI tools. Please make sure you read the disclaimer at the end of this video before you make any decision based on this review. You currently sit at 75 EOI points with 10 English points and 10 points from partner single status, which is a solid baseline for a research and development manager. With state nomination, that becomes 80 for subclass 190 and 90 for subclass 491, which is where you should compare yourself to the recent invitation scores on the charts. For subclass 190, your score after nomination is 80. This financial year, offshore invitations for your occupation have only appeared between 95 and 105, so you're currently well below the observed range. All 2025-26 offshore 190 invitations were in the Australian Capital Territory or New South Wales at scores of 95 to 105, with 20 English points at the lowest levels. By contrast, previous years saw 190 invitations down to 80 in 2024-25 and 65 in 2023-24, so 2025-26 has been noticeably more competitive for offshore applicants in this occupation. The 190 invitation summaries you're seeing are offshore only, so they line up directly with your current situation overseas. Onshore invitations are tracked separately and aren't part of these records. For subclass 491, your score after regional nomination is 90. That matches the lowest Australian Capital Territory offshore round in 2025-26, but sits below New South Wales, which has only gone down to 95. Across 2025-26, offshore 491 invitations appeared at 90 and 95, with 10 English points at the lowest scores, so your profile aligns closely with that Australian Capital Territory pattern. Also in this state, you should check matrix score. In 2024-25, the lowest 491 invited scores ranged from 90 to 100, and in 2023-24 from 70 to 95. Confirming that 90 has been a competitive regional score in several recent years. Research and Development Manager is a medium-sized occupation, with about 20,500 people employed, a relatively high median wage of $2,287 per week, and strong projected annual growth of around 5.4%. FOI data show 5 large 190 applications and 6 large 491 applications in 2025-26 for this occupation, compared with 22 and 14 in 2024-25 and 19 and 20 in 2023-24. Using your assumption that only about 70% of invitations become lodged applications, those FOI numbers suggest roughly 7 to 9, 20, 25, 26 invitations across 190 and 491 for research and development managers. At 80 points for 190, you're roughly in the top 43 to 63% of offshore candidates across the states, with around 12 to 32 people estimated ahead of you at this level. For 491 at 90 points, you sit higher in the queue, roughly the top 16 to 44%, with an estimated 6 to 18 applicants ahead of you depending on the state. Treat Subclass 190 as a long-shot option for now. Your 80 points are well below the 95 to 105 offshore invitations seen in 2025-26, so it's realistic only if state cutoffs soften significantly in a future program year. Subclass 491 should be your primary skilled pathway. At 90 points, you match the lowest Australian Capital Territory offshore round and sit within the historic competitive band. So target regional programs where your skills, experience, and commitment to regional settlement are strongest. Overall, keep your EOI active, monitor state and regional criteria closely, and consider any realistic ways to lift your points, such as higher level English or extra skilled experience, while preparing strong evidence to prove your research management role and responsibilities.